Up first, Cornerstone Wellness Center joining us to talk all things neuropathy and how they can help you get relief from those chronic pains. Joining me is Dr. Doug Kane, aka the Neuropathy Doctor, as we call him here on the show, and it's a pleasure to have you back today.
Always good to be here, Sean.
Neuropathy, we talk about it a lot because it affects a lot of people, and a lot of people are dealing with something that they may not even realize what it is, and if that end result is that they have neuropathy, it takes a toll on their life, and that's why you got into this. You've been spending the better part of the last decade, 9-10 years now, focusing on neuropathy. So tell me a little bit about that, why you've been able to make such strides in this, and how you've been able to help get people's lives back to a place they want them to be.
Well, you made a great point with how common it is. Peripheral neuropathy is the most common neurological diagnosis in America today. It's driven by many factors, but a lot of people, they start feeling something in their feet that's just off a little bit. Maybe they've got some numbness, they can't feel the carpet as well, or they'll get in the shower, hot, cold water doesn't feel the same to them as it runs down their legs, and then they can't feel that temperature difference. And a lot of times they just think, this is part of getting older, and it is generally age-related, but it's because it takes such a long time to build up that kind of damage in the nerves. Most people will have, pain, numbness, tingling, pins and needles, electric shocks. We'll hear people say things like, my feet are on fire, or I feel like my feet are frozen. And as it is a progressive degenerative condition, so if you don't get any treatment, this is just going to continue to get worse and affect your life. Obviously, it hurts to walk. But then as it progresses, it gets into balance issues, and that is really where it takes a toll on the quality of life.
Yeah, and the physical ailment is part of it, but then the mental toll that it takes to not be able to do the things that you want to do anymore. I know we've had some people come in here that have come to you for help that have walked away feeling pretty close to where they were before. You're not only able to mask some of these symptoms, you're able to reverse them completely, going from, we've seen in some cases, from 90% sensation loss to 90% sensation feeling. So for those people that come to you because they're just not living the life they want to live anymore, talk about that, why that's so important for you to be able to address those issues to make them not just physically healthy, but also mentally happy and doing what they want to do.
Right. Well, it's a pitfall I fall into. I get into doctor mode and I'm talking about symptoms and causes and that kind of stuff. But, and I always say it's the little things. We hear people talk about, especially with the balance issues this time of year, going out and see the grandkids, playing, Little League baseball, that kind of stuff, and having a hard time negotiating uneven ground or walking up the bleachers. Had a couple not long ago. They love to fish. They have a bass boat. Well, if you don't have good balance, if you're not steady on your feet, standing up to fish is an issue, and so that was affecting their quality of life. It was that thing that they enjoyed doing together. One that really struck me a chord with me the other day was a gentleman, a very advanced golfer, a single handicap scratch golfer, as you call him, and because he's so good, he would get lots of calls to play in tournaments, in charity events.
Everybody wants that guy on their scramble team.
Exactly, the ringer, right? And so when they put together a foursome for a golf scramble, they try to go with what they call an A, B, C, and D player. Your A player is your best player, your D player is your worst player, and most people are somewhere in between. With the issues with his balance, he has lost the ability to golf. This was his identity. This was his social construct. People would call him to golf, and now he's a D-flight player. He's terrible, and now he doesn't enjoy the game that he loves. But worst yet is his friends quit calling him to come play. He doesn't get that call to come out and be part of the scramble anymore, and then, like you said, it leads to depression. He's lost who he is, and it's really humbling and honor to be able to give that back to somebody.
I mean, it is a gift to give people something that they want so desperately. How often have you been in this situation? You're just talking to someone, you're chit-chatting, you're not Dr. Doug, you're just Doug, and they start complaining about this or that, and you think to yourself, that might be neuropathy, because it feels like a lot of times people don't even realize what's going on. Do you find yourself telling people, maybe not even in a doctor setting, that, hey, you might want to get this checked out.
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't had a family member or somebody that you know that deals with this, it's completely foreign to you. And so, yeah, that'll come up a lot in conversation. You know, I get introduced to somebody and they find out what I do, and immediately they start telling me all their ills and problems with their back and that kind of stuff. But yeah, sometimes that'll, you know, that'll go into neuropathy, and because everybody's been told, we were taught there's nothing that can be done for it. Okay, and especially the medications that we have now, gabapentin, Lyrica, Neurontin. As a chiropractor, I don't prescribe medications, but those just mask symptoms, and that can help short term a little bit with some of the pain, but that's not going to fix balance issues. And so as it progresses, those balance issues will come. We've had people here on the show that when they came to the office, they were on a cane, they were on a walker, or they were on a rollator, and fortunately now they don't have to be, and so they can get that quality of their life back and get out to do the things that they like.
And the only cane they need now is Dr. Kane.
I see what you did there.
So we got a minute and a half left here. Tell everybody how they can find you and what that step is and what all you are going to be able to do to help them get to that point.
Yeah, time is your enemy. Don't wait. Pick up the phone, call the number on the screen right now. You can actually text that number as well. My staff is waiting to take your calls. You'll talk to a real human, not an AI voice, and we can get you in this week. And this is not something that heals on its own. So be good to yourself. It's like any other disease process. The earlier you catch it, the easier it is to treat, the better the quality of outcome, less expensive, and shorter time for treatment.
I know we don't really have a whole lot of time to get into it, but you know, you've got the technology, you've got so many different ways that you can help, and that all starts with the consultation of coming in and trying to figure out what works best for them.
Yes, exactly. 140 different causes of neuropathy, so we figure out what your cause is, and if we feel like we can help you, we'll take you on as a patient. And we got a 98% success rate, so if you can be helped, we can do it.
At 98%, that feels pretty good.
Yeah,
I feel pretty confident.
We're selective. If I don't feel like I can help you, I'm not going to take you on as a patient.
Well, Dr. Kane, I appreciate it. Again, one more time, mydrkane.com. You can call or text that number on the screen as well, 812-949-0900. We've got more.